What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of AutoCast 904. These are your hosts, Mike and Jay. As you can see, this time we got video. So now you can finally put a face to the voice. I'm sure you've seen us around at the local meets. But yeah, today's episode 2, and we're going to get right into it. And we're going to go straight in and talk about SERAPHIC Meet from Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll be covering Seraphic's extravaganza they gave us Saturday. Very good vibes. Coming in, entry was nice. I got there early, so not too many people was filling up. Risen was there. They showed up
Shout out to Risen.
early.
Big shout out.
Yeah, parking started filling up fast, but everybody was uniform, parking along the dock side.
Were they out there parking people?
No.
So that people were just coming? Because when I put out, I was kind of late. I don't know. I was the flyer car. I was the car on the flyer. I did pull up fashionably on time, as you want to call it. It was fashionably on time.
Late.
When I put in, there were like rows, and to me, if like people didn't park themselves, I think the masses did a good job parking themselves.
So this wasn't Seraphic's first time hosting at that spot. So if you've been there before, you kind of already know. And granted, people pulling in and you got one row filling up, obviously start the next row right in front of that. They made, just enough room for people to be able to get in and out. But yeah, overall, it's just kind of like everyone came in, knew exactly where to go.
They did a good job.
So,
not even gonna lie.
Kudos to the city for that one.
Right. Yeah, man. So Seraphic, if you guys don't know, is I don't want to say is it a mid-sized club? Small club? Would you call it a small or mid-sized club or a large club?
They have a lot of cars. They just you don't see all of them out.
True.
But it's a lot of people.
True. Also, Jay and I are both in Seraphic, but it's not gonna change our opinion or any of our opinions.
We ain't taking it easy on nobody.
On the meet. So you're still gonna get our non-biased, honest to God truth about how we felt about the meet and maybe how some of y'all felt about the meet. But moving forward, I think the spot was really cool. It was my first time being at the spot. And it definitely gave me like Fast and Furious 1 vibes, pulling up to the warehouses. And you got big warehouse doors, floodlights, large parking area, which was really cool.
There's an Ashley furniture store and all that stuff back there. So yeah, you definitely, because it's space for trucks, which is perfect for us.
Right.
And those guys are running late at night, so the lighting is staying on. So it's definitely a nice little hidden gem, that I actually like a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I spoke to Seraphic's Lord Commander about how he came across the meet. He told me that it belonged to another car club at one point, and the car club stopped hosting meets there and was like, hey, man, just so you know, there's this nice little spot. You guys can take it if you want it. So Seraphic took advantage of it.
That was
dope. Took the handoff and ran with it.
Shout out to that club.
Yeah, right. Whoever it is, comment. But as far as like the actual like club cars itself, there's a few bangers in the club, and then there's a few not so bangers in the club. I think we've had this conversation with the head honcho of the club, and speaking with him about it, he is he's a very humble person.
Very, very humble.
Very respectful of others. But I think it's just like an age thing where like they're at that point now where it's like you're on the come up.
They're just there for the fun.
And their car is kind of like, you got such a mixture of cars in the club where it's like, man, you got this one gentleman's car is really, really nice, and then you got this other kid's car or this girl's car is just like, what
you can tell that they either just got it or they're just enjoying it for what it is. Like they have no major plans to make it like a top class show car or anything like that, which is fine.
Right.
You know, you got your street missiles, you know, and you got those that, you know, kind of want to pay small attention to detail,
Right.
you know, and get every little crevices and crack, you know, within the car. You know, got a couple guys that's like, you know, I want to be fast. So it's definitely a nice variety in the group. So I'll give it that. You know, you get different soul ties from, you know, each lane in the car community.
You ever wonder, like, you look at cars like Risen or clubs like Risen and Odd Boys and Burning Night, and how like there's like a certain like standard to their cars, even though like they may not say that there is a standard in this club, but there's a certain standard of the type of cars that they have in there, like how clean they are, like how well put together they are,
Right.
how functional, you know, they are. And you look at club, you know, you look at Seraphic's car club, and they're all over the place. You know, it's like you got your, you know, I hate to say it, but there are some traffic cars in there, but then you got the not so traffic cars that are in there. So to me, I always, you know, ask the question, like, if Seraphic is a younger club in Jacksonville, when will they get to the point where it's like, okay, now there's a standard to be in this club? Because when I was there was a lot of people asking, hey man, can I join the club? I overheard a couple of people, you know, talking to the leader of Seraphic, like, hey man, what I got to do to join up? We will get later on in the podcast, we will start interviewing some of these club leaders, and we will ask them, you know, what it takes, what they require, what their standard is, and what it, you know, what they're looking for in a pledges car, if you want to look at it that way, or like a, you know, someone who's interested in trying to join the club.
Prospects.
Yeah. So you know, to me, I don't know, like, I'm not saying my car is the cleanest car in the group. I'm not saying it's the best car in the group, but I mean, it's my car and kind of biased towards it. But I will say, you know, I think that the future for Seraphic is there. I think that they're starting with a really good meet. I mean, for a younger club, it's definitely they definitely did their thing with the meet spot.
Right.
I think the leader has really good aspirations on to be a bigger and better club. Eventually get huge, you know, like some of these other clubs around here, and you know, do their thing. But I'm just wondering when. You know,
Okay, so
is it going to be like this year, next year? Like,
so
how long is too long?
Well, I'll answer your first question back of, you know, the standard, you know, versus like where the other clubs that we mentioned last week are. You got to remember, these guys are young. You know, most of them are between the ages of 18, 24 at most. Right. So there is a very young, you know, new generation of car enthusiasts that's in now. And, you know, these are kids that are, you know, in college or, you know, working, you know, jobs where, you know, they're not really making the money to be able to be like, oh yeah, I can pay all my bills and also throw thousands of dollars at my car right now. Cause, you know, a lot of us, you know, me and you have been in the game for a while. So, you know, we kind of learned our own secret recipes to be able to do certain stuff to our cars, you know, and still be able to, you know, be financially responsible. Another thing that has really set a gap between, you know, what I see between Seraphic and some of the other clubs is there's a lot of older cars, you know, so, you know, these newer cars come with, you know, kind of more aggressive styling, a little bit more flashy. It's easy to make these newer cars look good with wheels, coilovers, or bags, you know, a couple LEDs and, you know, underglow and stuff, and boom, you know, suspension mods with camber arms, and now you got this, you know, nice clean show car to pop up with, especially if the car is new enough where the paint hasn't been, you know, destroyed by a Florida sun for the past 10 plus years. Right. You know, my car, for example, you know, well, one of my cars, for example, I got a 2002 Subaru WRX. It's old as shit. Mm-hmm. You know, it's been destroyed by the sun. Previous owner, I guess, did some bullshit paint work. It was nice. And even just a couple years that I've owned it, you start seeing the imperfections, of the paint overall. Body lines may not match up like it's supposed to anymore because it's low, rubbing, going in and out of, driveways or hitting speed bumps and stuff like that. And one thing I'll say about Seraphic is they love their low cars.
Yeah,
And majority of their one thing I'll give them is they got heart because these are majority static. Like, so they're not like sitting here like, oh yeah, I'm throwing my car on bag so I can worry about, the drivability right now. They're like, fuck it, throw some BCs on there, or whatever other coilovers or suspension tactics that has been used throughout the years. And I won't specify that. But they do these things to get the car as low as they possibly can, and boom, that's their happy place.
Yeah.
And I respect it. I was like that when I was younger.
So you think it's like a phase?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you think eventually they'll grow out of it, and they'll want more quality, I guess.
Well, first things first. When you start,
quality.
first things first, that lifestyle, and this is coming from experience, because even when I had money back then to be able to be like, I could get bags, in my mind, it didn't make sense to me, because again, I'm young. I'm like, do I really want to spend, back then, $3,000 on bags? And I was like, no, I can go get wheels, or I can go, get supercharger parts, or, turbo kit or something for that money, or, shoes and clothes. But, so I was like, my car's low. It's fine. Like, and I know how to angle over speed bumps. I understood how to drive the car at that point. So once I got older and now my back hurts, yeah, absolutely. I would definitely be making choices to be like, okay, one of my cars is going to have to be bagged, so, or, they may get to that point where they can buy a second car to be, a daily. Granted, we all know our dailies don't stay daily stock.
Facts.
But you can probably make smarter, choices on your suspension mods, like maybe some lowering springs, or, they might do bags with that car. Because once you get a little bit older and you kind of start wanting different things, they may buy like a newer, nicer car and be like, you know what? I don't want to destroy this one like my other car. Let me put it on bags. And, i.e., shout out to the homeboy for Watts. He bought that G, his sedan to be a daily, and now look at his bag on nice ass wheels. So
yeah,
it's a phase for all of us, especially if you aren't one of those kids that are coming up with money or understand the financial responsibility yet to be able to get the things you want while also taking care of what you need to take care of with the income that you're making. So I think that also plays a part with, this young group.
So basically you're saying they're just vibing with what they got.
They just vibing, bro.
And they're making it work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
We all did it. We did it in different ways, but, I just, I see, I see young me in some of them. That's why when I'm talking to some of them, I'd be like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, please don't. But again, older car guys was telling me the same thing when I was young. And I was like, shut up, you're old. You don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You don't understand, what's new, what's in right now. So,
right.
But definitely, I do see a future growth, between all of them. They all got big plans. They all got things that they want to do for the kids that I talk to. So it's refreshing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the boys, man.
Yeah. Little knuckleheads.
Shout out to Seraphic, man. Making it work. What they got.
Living in the moment, baby.
It may not be pretty, but
living in the moment.
At least you're out there having fun. I guess that's what it's all about,
Yeah, I think we lose sight of that. Granted, there's nothing wrong with being competitive, or having that, that nature of like, I want to have the nicest car. I want to have the cleanest cars. Like I said, especially if you're going to be one of those people that enter shows, but if you know for a fact that I'm not going to be entering this car in slammed enough or clean coach or anything like that, then I mean, don't throw your money away. You know what I'm saying? You just out here enjoying the moment, and if you just want to, slam your car down to the ground and cruise up and down the strip, I fuck with that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the same thing that can be said for the track guys. They're not out here slamming their cars, but guess what? They are spending thousands of dollars in, performance and suspension mods. Because suspension is important no matter what. You know, whether you slam in the car to cruise up and down the street, you want to make sure everything's right. You know, you want to get your geometry together. Same thing when you're on the track. You know, you want to be able to make sure when you're going in and out of those turns, you know, the car can handle it. You know, certain apexes and stuff coming out, you know, got to make sure you ain't kicking out all crazy. All that stuff plays in factor.
So, I mean, back to the future of Seraphic. They just did a banner buy.
Yep.
Let's talk about banners.
Let's talk about banners.
Let's talk about banners.
So all the other club leaders
I have
that's
a question.
listening and watching this,
I have a question.
please tell this man.
If I'm a club leader, right, and I'm getting started, I'm out here recruiting and whatnot, I see a clean car, right? I walk up to the guy, hey man, or to the girl, hey, join my club. Or obviously we like, do a little bit of convincing or whatnot.
Right.
But
Or
I want
come
you to
kick
join
it
my
with us,
I want you to join my club basically, right? Said person says, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm down. Cool. By the way, it's gonna be anywhere between $5 to $30 for a banner, right?
And that might be after 2 weeks of prospecting and kicking it with everybody.
Okay, right.
2 months for some clubs.
So my question is if someone approaches you and says, hey, bro, would you like to join my club, right? And you say, you go around, you kick it with the club for a little bit, you like the vibe, right? You say, okay, yeah, man, I'm down. But now you got to pay for a banner, right? To a club that asked you to join them, right? Now I got to pay for a banner? You're asking me to pay for something that you invited me to, right? Now, I don't know how club leadership works, 'cause I'm not a club leader. But to my club leaders out there, now granted, some clubs might be different now, but some may be like, oh, I provide that for my members.
Yeah,
or,
even like OG guys.
Or some guys
in.
might be like, oh, nah, bro, you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I think it's silly to ask someone to join a club and be like, oh, yeah, so you got to pay for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yeah, this is these cool banners, but they're going to cost anywhere between $5 to $30 that I want you to put on your card to represent the club that you're in. Right?
Well, I mean, the good thing about,
that's my question is like, would you ask somebody to pay for a banner after you ask them to join your club? Like, or would you provide it for them? It's just like same thing with shirts, I guess shirts are different because it's like, okay, we're going to go out to Clean Culture or we're going to go out to Slam Enough or something. I want to represent for the club. I'm going to go out on the whim and buy my club some t-shirts because I'm the leader, right? I'm the jefe. I gotta put on for my club. I got to let these boys know and girls that I'm the leader and this is what I'm going to do for y'all. And in return, I need y'all to go out and represent the club a certain amount of way. I expect a standard out of them. But that's another conversation for another time. But back to the banner thing, like, should I have to pay for one? Should you have to pay for one if someone asked you to join them?
So you got to. It's different things. So I get what you're saying because if you think back in the day, bike gangs, you know what I'm saying? You out there, you prospecting, kicking it with, this certain bike club, whatever. And, you get the new nickname, Street Burn because you done fell off the bike, your first week with the crew.
Yeah, but you earned that.
Yeah, you earn that. And then they come to you with this fresh ass vest.
Yeah.
And, and now you're in.
Right.
It's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I'm not saying they need a vet. I'm talking about it.
Well, I'm saying that's how, but the banner thing is kind of like the same way, but what's different now is that more clubs are being open to letting their members express themselves individually, even still as a collective, by doing custom banners. So when, I'll take it a step back. When I was with KI and, we was ordering our banners, we was, Zoe was pretty much like, cheap white banner, you know what I'm saying? Right. But if we wanted to get something like I had the purple, with the oil slick, I had the pink with the oil slick and the little glitter and shit, You know what I'm saying? For that, I paid for it because that was custom. Um, I feel like, a lot of clubs are doing that. Granted, another club I was with in Maryland, when we started off, we had all one color, but then we was giving those out. Me and my homeboy was putting money together, be like, all right, we're going to order 15 banners, and luckily we had a plug that was, a little bit cheaper, giving us a nice price. But as time changes, and stuff starts getting expensive, you got people coming in, you like, all right, maybe, or if y'all want special colors, bro, you can pay that shit yourself. Like, if you want a free white one or black, a base color, here's what we got. But, because a lot of clubs now are letting people, go crazy with, the different color schemes and styles to their car, because it might be someone with, a midnight black car. They don't want no white banner on their windshield. It's all matte black. I don't want no, I'm going for a stealth mode, so kind of let everybody kind of work their way in. But yeah, absolutely. I feel like you should pay for that.
But if you had one windshield banner and one back windshield banner, you only have two of them, right?
Would you
like
get colors?
customization out of the picture, right? There's no customization on the banner other than the banner being the banner, right? You get two of them to choose from, one or two, right? One of them is X amount of money, the other one is X amount of money. There's no customization about it other than the color that you want. Did you still got to pay for it? I don't think I should have to pay for it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I should have to pay for it.
He's telling you he don't want to have to pay for it.
I mean, I paid for one just because I'm a supporter and I support.
And that's another thing. It's going back to the group,
I get that, bro. But like, if
at least that's what it used to be.
If you would have came up to me and been like, "Hey, bro, you don't need to buy this banner, bro. This one's on me because it's your first one. This one's on me. Here you go." Right? All right, cool. But I also sell. We got a bigger one that we could put in the back. That one's gonna run you some money though. Okay, cool. Then I'd be like, I'd think about it. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna buy it because I'm in the group or whatever, right? But my thing is like, I shouldn't have to pay for one. I don't think I should have to pay for one. I wouldn't expect if I had a club and I was reaching out to people and I had 1 or 2 banners to choose from, I'm be like, all right, bro, you're gonna get the first one for free because A, I want you in my club, and then B, if you want the second one, the bigger one, you gotta pay for that one. But the first one's on me.
I understand.
Okay, not like the first one you still got to pay.
That's usually how it goes.
It's $2, $5, $10. I don't care. Money is money.
But usually the free banners, the prospect banners.
Yeah, but there's no prospect banner in Seraphic. It's just Seraphic.
Well, I mean that's them, But in other clubs, people have gotten. You get the.
I haven't seen Risen's prospect banner. I haven't seen Burning Knight's prospect banner if they have one. I don't know.
I mean, I know KI had a prospect banner.
I've seen KI's prospect banner.
It was nice and pink.
Yeah.
I
mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would never put a prospect banner on my car.
I respect that. A lot of people would.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm be honest. I wouldn't.
I'd rather be like, if you want me to prospect for, I don't know. I'm older, man. I'm in my 30s, so I think prospecting for car clubs is a little out of my
age range.
Not age range, but it's just like I'm more like, all right, bro, you can have that. If you want me to prospect for your club, man, you can have that. Let me tell you. First of all, let me tell you what I can bring to your club, and then you tell me if you want me to prospect for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a little jitterbug and you're rolling around here starting a car club, and then you want me to join your club, how about you look at what I could bring to the club versus I'm just picking up some random kid with a nice car that may be like antisocial as hell when I add him to the group, and he's gonna be that one weird guy sitting in the back. He's got a clean car, but don't talk to nobody.
That's kind of what we all do it for, to kind of bring people in and give people an outlet. You give them, friends to hang out with, friends to kick it with, kind of open up your social meter a little bit. I feel like that's kind of part of what we're all here for. Some of us are very outgoing. A lot of us are introverted. Some people just be like, I like people, but not like that. But then, they start coming out and be like, you know what? This is a group of humans I can actually enjoy, being around, or, before their social battery dies out. But as far as the banner stuff, like I completely understand what you're saying. Like now, would I do prospect banners and stuff? Probably not. I'd rather just be like, look, I'll kick it with y'all for a little bit. I mean, you'll see me pop out here and there. We all got lives outside of this. Um, and if you feel like I'm worthy enough, then hey, you and your team leaders or whoever, if they still do the whole voting thing, vote me in and out. Let me know, and just that
I think voting is a big thing. But we'll get to that. That's another episode.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to we'll talk about the getting in the car clubs. What do we think is a good process to get in clubs? But back to Seraphic's meet, man. I think we got a little bit sidetracked with the whole banner thing.
Yeah.
I just had to get that off my chest. But anyway, so back to the meet. I got there a little bit late, like I said earlier. I saw Risen was there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Odd Boys came and represented their club.
Boys pulling up.
Shout out, shout out to those two clubs. Where was Burning Night at? I got there late, bro, and I didn't see anybody from Burning Night.
There was one.
Just one?
I saw
just one, bro.
Josh showed up.
That whole club and one guy from Burning Night came out.
From what I saw, I saw one car.
I walked around when I got there at 9:00. The flyer said 8:00. I got there at 9:03. I got out, walked around, and I saw. You're right. I see Buddy with the Lambo door at BRZ.
Shout out Josh. Josh was out there.
But where was Burning Night at? Where were you guys at? Is it? Do you think maybe it was because of that Steak and Shake parking situation that you put traffic in the back? I don't know, man.
I would hope that's not nothing petty. Maybe
I don't think it is. I was just kidding. No,
maybe they just ain't feel like driving out there.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
Maybe they had their own thing going on, that night. No.
Burning Night though. I mean, they hosted a meet the weekend before, and then finished it, and then went to another meet afterwards. Some of their cars came out, but only one showed up to Seraphic meet. I think Z and Burning Night need to have a conversation. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just stirring the pot. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. I didn't see anybody from Burning Night. I love Burning Night. I love everybody in the club.
It was the homies.
Yeah, it was the homies. I wish they would have showed up. I'm pretty sure there was a good reason why they didn't show up. I'm pretty sure they had something going on, like you said. They're probably cooking up something in the lab, maybe. I don't know. I know some of the members don't even live in Jax. I think some of them are a little bit out of town. That I'm pretty sure they would have came out if they were in town. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would have liked to see Burning Night there. It would have added to the quality of the meet. They would have brought their, represented their club. But overall, man, scale from 1 through 10. Seraphic meet. The little warehouse in the back with mediocre lighting. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, you had to throw that in there.
I just had to throw it in there. Well, we didn't even talk about the burnouts. We didn't even talk about the drag strip.
I was going to say, before we get to the rating, let me just bring out, the overall of the atmosphere.
Well, first of all, let's clear the air, though. Z and a couple other people did go and try to police the whole burnout drag strip situation. I mean, leaving the meet and you want to go speeding up and down that little stretch. It's inevitable. People do it outside of Cars and Coffee. They do it under the bridge. They do it. Leaving every meet. So it's kind of inevitable. You can't beat that.
There's nothing you can do.
I mean, the police can stop that if you got security there. But for them not to have security there, it was a very good meet. It was a very respectable meet. It was a quiet meet.
Yeah,
there was
absolutely.
No excess music. There was no crazy.
For an unsanctioned get together, yeah, that was perfect. That was probably about as good as it could be.
Yeah, but I think
that location.
Yeah, I think Seraphic did what they could as far as trying to keep the hooning to a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only so much you can do before shit gets stupid, and you don't know what kind of people you're talking to on the other end. So
right.
But shout out to Z and his crew for trying to make that happen. It's just some things you can't fix, man. And I'm pretty sure anybody else that's listening or watching the podcast will tell you, especially other club leaders out there, there's just really nothing you can do about it. I've been to plenty of meets over my years, and I always see people try to pull off. When I was younger, I was one of those guys. I ain't gonna lie.
You fucking suck.
Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah,
It was me too.
I'm pretty sure we all did that at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, big shout out to Z for trying to get that situated. Maybe, hopefully, it doesn't happen because I'm pretty positive Z would like to keep that spot. I mean, it's a dope spot. I really like it. I'd give the spot like a 10 out of 10 just because it's really cool. It's secluded. It's in the back.
Yeah, location itself is definitely a 10
there's
out of 10.
there's no traffic running through there.
The roads aren't too messed up coming in.
Yeah, they're low car friendly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wish the lighting was a little better. If you park closer to the warehouse, you get a little bit more better lighting. But if you're looking for that warehouse vibe with a dark setting with the trailers in the back and all that stuff, I think it's a good photo op. But yeah,
I guess overall, also fuck both of those Mopars that came through, shotgunning it coming through. The meet, that gray one.
I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, I think that was right before you.
I don't know. I may not have been. I saw 2 Mustangs roll in.
No, it wasn't the Mustangs. It was some gray, time attack Challenger and another Charger that was behind it, just sitting there popping and banging coming through. Yeah, fuck both of y'all. Yeah, and I swear when I get
if you don't like what
ready,
he said, comment on the podcast.
I will
or DM,
gap these shit.
Or DM
anyway. Overall, I give the meet a solid 7.
7 for real?
Yep, I'm gonna give
Why
it a 7.
Give me one reason why you gave it a 7. A solid reason.
All right, so hear me out.
Don't go crazy because we got some time restriction, but
yeah, so you have to take in everything that makes a perfect 10 meet.
Okay.
We had the location, cool. We had the environment, the atmosphere, besides the little small crap, cool. But it's the little small things that make a difference. And I'm going to say it every single time. Security or police.
Sanction.
Because that is the only way we're going to have 110%, respectful, good energy, and everybody abiding by what we all put on the flyers of chill the fuck out. The people speeding off, leaving, I get it. We all do it. Save that for when you get back on the main road, bro. Because people were crossing the streets to get back to their cars. That Civic that did a burnout leaving, screw you.
He actually pulled back in the meet.
Yeah, I think what's the name when they go, Z said something to him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. You didn't even leave. You just did that so people can hear your car and see you.
Say no testing tune.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Save that for a back row, bro. Like, we don't need anybody messing up. This is one of the few good spots that we have, in Jax where all it takes is one person to mess it up. And then boom, because I'm pretty sure with that furniture store being open, someone could have called the police if they wanted to, but they didn't. They've hosted there 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah.
And no problems. Let's keep it that way. Again, that's not Seraphic's, issue of controlling every single person, but there are steps that we can take to make sure that these things are, a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna say it every time, bro. Burner Knight set the standard, and I'm gonna hold that. I am going to hold that every single time we rate a meet, because that one issue happened last week.
Yeah, but they didn't show up to the meet though.
They didn't show up to the meet.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'll just kidding.
Burner Knight, where you at?
I'm pretty sure the boys will show up next time, or the boys and girls will show up next time. I give the meet. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real with you. 9 out of 10 because the location I thought was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It was also probably like 10 minutes from my house. I think that the lighting could have been better.
That's
Where
another
Z
thing that
parked,
plays.
the main part of the club was very dark. I wish it would have been more lighting there. You can see more of the cars. You know,
That's really the only other bad part is that lighting.
yeah. But other than
That's
that,
why I
man,
parked where I parked. Because
when I pulled in, everybody was in right where they needed to be. All the
Yep.
cars were parked where they needed to be. Whether it was Z and his team that parked the cars, or just the car people in general. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I will say shout out to everybody that came in,
you know,
and didn't
and
purposely,
realized,
no one purposely blocked anyone in.
Yeah,
We kept the exits and entrances open for people to get out. People was, there was no major issues with moving about. So shout out to everyone that popped out
shout
on
out
that
to
one.
everybody.
I give that a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
that was respectful.
Yeah, man. I again, sorry Z if I was late. I had some things going on, but we ain't gonna get into all that. But yeah, overall 9 out of 10. I'm looking forward to the next one that Seraphic throws. Maybe it'll be Seraphic X other clubs, maybe, and do a collab.
We need more collaborations than Jacks, bro.
The more collabs we get, the better the community gets. The stronger
bring
the
everybody together.
Gets.
Yep.
I think that the more the car community gets together, the better meets that we can have.
Yep.
Plus, as long as they keep the meet spots respectable and have some type of security there to make sure no one does any stupid shit or anybody gets hurt, man. Because I don't wish anybody getting hurt. Those cars moving 45, 50 miles an hour going on that strip. It might not seem fast to them, but all it takes is somebody slipping and falling out there, or some car pulling out that wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, again, somebody's child could be out there. Some people had their dogs out, so you never know.
Listen, I like hearing engine noises and
I love
valves.
I love it. I love
exhaust and stuff like that. I love it. I'm a gearhead.
It's just not there.
There's a time and place, and places like that it's not the time for it. But I'm looking forward to another Seraphic meet.
Absolutely.
But so yeah, do we have any announcements? Do we have anything going on this weekend?
I noticed this upcoming weekend is Kindred Impulse and Above City Limits meet.
KI and Above City Limits.
Yeah. They
heard that KI and Above City Limits is hosting a meet. We're at. Don't know yet. You gotta check the.
Look, I apologize.
We will post it on the.
I have been sharing it on the story. I will say that.
We're gonna start sharing and posting local car meets to let you guys know the events for the weekend. We would really like for some of you club leaders out there, if you do plan on posting meets or hosting meets, that you reach out to us in advance. So that way, when we're on air or we're constantly updating the Instagram page, we can share that for you and get that information out there so we can give everybody enough time to get their vehicles ready for the meet or whatnot. If anybody is looking for any information about clubs, club leaders, please feel free to, give us or relay us the information as far as like your recruiting status, or if you're currently looking, or if you're currently full, we share that as well. As far as future plans with the podcast, I think next week's episode, we're going to reach out to Austin. Was it? Yeah, we're going to try to reach out to Austin. Austin, if you listen. Oh, wait, matter of fact, shout out to Odd Boys starting their Oddcast. I saw that. If you follow Odd Boys on Instagram, you'll see that they're starting their podcast. Was the Oddcast?
Oddcast.
Yeah, Oddcast, man. Shout out to you guys for doing that. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Maybe in the future, maybe we can get together and do a collab this year or something, and we can chop it up, talk about things in the car community and stuff like that. We would love to talk to you guys and have you guys on the podcast, or we'd love to be on your podcast and we could talk about it. But I think next week we're gonna reach out to Austin and him and whoever he wants to bring, and we can
set something up.
Talk about some things.
See what changes.
Yeah.
You know,
See what they got cooking up.
anything from last week that, you know, that might start a new wave, you know, a rebirth for Odd Boys. I like to see what they got coming next after last weekend.
And then so are we gonna make it out to Kindred and Post meet?
Yeah, I said I was gonna stop by. Okay. I mean, it's only right for us to get out and you know, be able to share you know, what's going on.
We definitely got to be out there, see what goes on.
You know, because some people may, you know, they may be like, oh, well, I've never been to one of their meets, or it's all the way on Blandon. You know, it's on the west side. I don't want to drive out there. It may not be worth it.
True.
You know, and that's what we're here for. You know, give you a review to, you know, hey.
I ain't gonna lie, if it's on the west side, but I might not make that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'll go. You know, if you don't, I'll go. I'll pop out.
I'll go.
I'm gonna try to, you know, support as many people as possible.
AutoCast supports, man. If it ain't both of us, it'll be one of us.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man. Here's to another podcast episode 2. Please like and follow the page. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, AutoCast 904.
Turn on those notification bells.
Yeah, we got video for you guys now. Please let us know if you like the video, if it's more of like an audio thing that you'd rather listen to. I know we're not the most good-looking guys to look at. I mean, I'm a good-looking guy, but
I'm about to say, who you talking about?
Yeah, so I don't got anything else. I think that covers everything.
Oh yeah. Before we go, Whataburger on Blandon Boulevard is where they'll be hosting the KI and Above City Limits meet.
Whataburger on Blandon.
Yeah, 289 Blandon Boulevard.
Dang, tell me you're biting off of Burning Night without telling me you're biting off Burning Night. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it right there. I'm just saying it, bro. Wow. I mean, come on.
What's wrong with having a restaurant place?
Bro, nothing's wrong with having a restaurant place. I'm just saying, if I pull up to Whataburger and they got one guy making the burgers, bro, oh yeah. We definitely
that's actually it's good to have it at food places at best.
Yeah, I get that, bro. But listen, we put up the Steak and Shake, bro. They had all hands on deck, bro. They had everybody, okay? They had everybody there. Hey. I got my shake in like less than 5 minutes, bro. And I got my triple cheeseburger with bacon in less than like 4 minutes, man.
Damn, bro.
You know, Whataburger be on that.
You don't even gotta be biting, bro.
And it's at nighttime too, bro. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's from 7 to 9. It's nice hours.
Yeah. Hey, don't at me, Ki. All right, I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying.
Oh God!
You guys want to host some foodie meets? It better be up there.
I'm here for it. I love food. I don't care where.
I do like Whataburger. I'm not gonna lie.
I was about to say Whataburger slaps.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching. Please, please like and subscribe. Please do that.
Hit us with some comments, man. We need the engagement.
Yeah, I mean, we're open.
We want to hear what y'all got to say.
Please, just you guys got something you want to get off your chest. You got something you want to talk about. You know, we could talk about it. Again, you know, just DM AutoCast 904 on Instagram. All right, peace.